Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to clean the heads on a VCR. So this is a Sony VCR, okay? It's a Sony Hi-Fi. Let's see, it's 19 micron head, auto clock set. Really kind of cool Sony VCR. Pick this up. It's model number SLV-N51. But you want to know how to clean the head. So most of the time, this is what you're going to find in the field, okay? When you're out either sourcing or at yard sales, and you want to know how to clean the heads. So I'm going to show you how to do it real quick and real easy. It's super simple, especially with these smaller, older machines. They're really nice. So what you have here is look at the back. And most of the time, this is the standard configuration. You're going to get two screws. You're going to get a screw here and a screw here. Take these screws out, and this whole piece of metal top will come right off. So that's the step number one. So let's do that. Let's take off these two screws and let's take off this top and see what we have inside. These usually come out pretty easy, and always keep them separate. And what this is really kind of cool, it organizes this little nail polish holder, I believe this is. It's a little acrylic. You can get these pretty much anywhere, and I put them in the slots where I take them out. So I'll put two screws in here. That way I know two screws go into one specific section, and then so on and so on. That way there's not a bunch of screws sitting in one big drawer and saying, where does it go? At least you have an idea. At least if you have one left over, it belongs somewhere in a certain area that you're working in. So at least you know that. That's a tip I have for you. So that one is really very, very useful. Let's take this other one out here. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave down below. I can gladly help you if you have any issues working on VCRs and actually cleaning the heads. So like I said, these usually pop right off. There's a little clip back here. So I just have to work at it. Just get this off this lip here. There's a little clip, thumb clip, basically, and you just pop that off here and you just take that, and it comes right out. So this slides right out. So first thing you want to do is you want to look at it and have an inspection of what we're working with inside. So let's take a look at it together and see what we're dealing with. Okay, guys, so first thing is make sure it's unplugged, okay? I didn't say that in the beginning, but make sure you do this. Make sure you're unplugged. You don't have any issues. You don't want any problems whatsoever. So let's take a visual inspection. So what we have here is we have a little bit of dust, a little bit of dirt, not too bad, pretty clean. I suggest some compressed air, and that really just helps get some of the main dust out of here. You don't have to go crazy. Okay, so I'll just go over the basic, so you understand how this works. So this is a take-up. These are take-ups. These are reel take-ups. So this takes up here, and this pulls the head. When you put the tape in, tape will go into the mechanism and drop down into these channels here, and these two channels will pick up the head and ride them into the these two pieces here will lift up and ride the tape into the head. The head spins, as you can see here. You have an audio and you have a tracking. You have those two things here. So one controls the tracking, one controls the audio. You want to make sure you clean everything. That way everything is always working in pristine condition. It could be dust, it could be dirt, it could be particles. Very simple. And then the pinch wheel, which controls the riding of the tape. And this looks in good condition. So most of the time you're going to see 99.9% of the time it's really just a head cleaning. So it's really pretty simple. You got the take-up rails always work well. The pinching wheel here usually is never bad. I mean, I haven't come across many of them at all. Over here, if you want to, this is the gear for the tracking, for the up and down for the motor. You can do that for the cage that brings the tape down and up. That's what drives this very small little motor, and those usually are pretty good. You can add a little grease here if you want to. Most of the time, if they work well, I wouldn't go crazy with it. Only if it has some issues, I would deal with that. That's the only time I would do that. So let's just take a look at how it works right now, and then we're going to clean the heads. I plugged it in, and I just want to plug it in because I want to show you just how this works. So you put it in, watch what happens. So you can see the whole mechanism. Pull it in, just drives it down. The mechanism pulls off the tapes, as you can see here. Okay, and the head spins, and this is pretty much how this works. So it reads the magnetic information off the tape, plays it back through the converter here, basically here, and you can see it on your TV. That's pretty much how that works. Really basic information. This is a good Sony. This is a nice quiet machine. You can hear that. You can see the tape turning. All right, you can hear the head spinning. Everything works really well with this. So this is a nice machine, but what we want to do is we want to clean the head. So we just eject it. Again, the tape goes back. The machine pulls it back into the reel here, to the cassette. The carriage rises up, eject the tape, and you're all set. So let's unplug it again. So now we want to clean the heads. So the best way to clean the heads is, again, I use these chamois swabs, and I talked about this before in a few of my other videos, that you can't get these anymore, but they have something new. It's just as good. It's like a Q-tip style. They work really well, especially for small heads. If you have like a mini DV or any small cassettes, the smaller ones work better. This is really more for the bigger heads. So what you want to do is just wet this with some type of head cleaning fluid. And I'll leave a link down below where you can find head cleaning fluid, the newer type of head swabs for cleaning the heads. You can't get these anymore. They no longer make these anymore. These are really old school from the 80s or 90s. I've had these for such a long time. But the best way to clean the heads is just put some solution on both sides of the pad. You want to clean the head and you want to clean the sensors here, the audio sensor and also the tracking sensors. Let's do that right now. Okay guys, so we're in here, and so we're just gonna wet our chamois, our cleaning slob. We want to wet both sides. And you can see here it's all wet, and we just want to clean tracking sensor, audio sensors, audio tracks, clean all that right away, get all that squared away. And then when you clean the head, all you have to do is press it against the head and use top of your hand and just spin it one way the head. Okay, don't go back and forth. You're not cleaning windows, it's just one direction, and you just keep doing it slowly. Do a couple passes just like this here, just like you see here. If there's any head, if there's any dirt, you'll see it. There's a little bit here, not too much. But then I'll turn the sham over on the other side. I'll wet it again, and I'll give it one more pass on here as well. So just reverse that, and again, just hold it down, and just turn the head slowly on top of the head. Try not to touch the head. Sometimes you have to, but if you don't have to, if you can get it open like you see here, you don't have to do that. You just turn it around, and that head is clean. This VCR does have an automatic head cleaner. What this basically does is takes off some dirt and some light, material or something on the head. So it just gives it a quick sweep every time it loads and unloads, and that's what this arm does here. So that's what this piece right here does, and that's it. So it's real simple how to do it. That's how you do it. Any questions or any comments, leave down below. Let me know what you think. If you have some issues with your VCR, leave some comments down below. I answer all the questions with everything that I do here. So this is the simplest way to clean heads on any VCR. I don't care how many heads it has, Wi-Fi, hi-fi, doesn't matter. If this is basic mechanics of cleaning the VCR heads. After this, if it doesn't work, and if you can't get the tracking, if you can't, and there's no picture, it could be a bad head possibly, or bad connections. Check all your connections. Simple things like that. Dust, connections, and cleaning are your best friends. Always do that stuff. You really can't go wrong. Okay guys, that's it. All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you're enjoying my channel, please subscribe to my channel. It does help me out so I can do these videos to help you out. I appreciate it as always. All right, and I'll see you at the next review.